Hi, I'm Lalita from Let's Speak English, and in this video I have got 10 phrasal verbs that I want to share and practice with you. They're going to help you in general conversation that we all seem to be having at the moment relating to the pandemic. So the phrasal verbs we are practicing in this video are going to be useful in lots of different situations, not just conversation about pandemic. So they are phrasal verbs about health, illness, financial or money problems, and the ways that we can offer and support help to each other. So to get started with is come down with. So when you come down with something, you're starting to show the signs of an illness. Well, they both came down with a terrible cold. So it's like saying catch. You know, we catch cold or catch an illness. It has the same meaning. So usually you come down is used with a non-serious illness or like cold or maybe flu or maybe a stomach bug or just even something that sometimes not sure of. Well, so that's how you use come down with. So you can also fight off a cold, can't you? When you free yourself of that illness and your body overcomes that illness by fighting against it. So for example, she came down with cold, but luckily she was able to fight it off quickly. So this phrasal verb is transitive and we need an object, but this time it is separable. So that means our object can either go between the verbs and the particle or it can go after the phrasal verb. For example, she fought off the cold. She fought the cold off. So that is how we use fight off. Moving on to the next one, before we move to the next expression, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Let's Speak English. So, pass away. So, this expression is used in a very polite and respectful way to say that somebody has died. So, pass away means to die. So, it's just a little softer and more indirect to say that someone has passed away rather than saying he is dead or he died, which sometimes can sound quite direct and maybe a little disrespectful as well. So, he passed away, for example. Now, notice that this time the verb is intransitive and inseparable, meaning to say the object cannot come in between these two words. It has to be used together. He passed away. That's how we use this expression. Moving to the next one. So let's move on a little and talk about some phrasal verbs that relate to money and finances now. So dip into is the one such expression. So what does this mean? Dip into. So if you dip into something, you're spending some of your money, but usually it's money that you're saving for a specific purpose. So they have dipped into their savings to pay for their renovation. Now interestingly, the object of this phrasal verb always describes a sum of money. So it's a very specific noun. Dip into. To get by. So to get by means to manage to live or to do a particular task using just the money or the knowledge that you have at the time or nothing else. So even though Tim had been working out for 6 months, let me repeat that. Even though Tim has been out of work for 6 months, they have been getting by. That is to say, though Tim doesn't have a job, but they have been getting by. Go without. But if you go without, that means that you're living without the things that you need or you would like to have. So I'm sure you can think of a time when you went without something for a little while. So was it sugar or was it a break? Did you go without a break? So did you go without dash dash dash? I would like you to complete that and write it in the comments below. The next expression is step up. Now I want to talk about some phrasal verbs that express ideas of support. So when you're taking care of someone or doing something for someone else, I'm sure you can think of a few expressions to express those ideas. So when somebody steps up, they are taking action and succeeding in meeting a challenge or improving their performance in some way. In the context we are using step up today, the community offered their help or their services when they saw that someone needed it, right? So, for example, we have seen people step up and help their local communities. So that's how we use this expression. Step up means to help. Rally around. So let's talk about rally around. It's an interesting phrasal verb. It's a little more general. So when you rally around someone, you help or you support them. For example, when her husband passed away, the neighbors rallied around her. That is to say, they came together to help her out of a tough situation. Maybe they cooked her a dinner, or maybe they took care of her kids. In some way, they helped her. They rallied around her. Well, now there are a couple of last phrasal verbs that are more in general now. And one of that is run out. So we say run out if the supply of something is finished, or we run out of something. For example, we ran out of milk. That is to say, the milk is over, it's finished. We do not have it anymore. So you run out of maybe even ideas. Okay, moving on. Roll out. So the last phrasal verb that I'm going to share with you today is roll out. And to roll out something means that you're making something new, or maybe like a product or a service or a system. So to make that new thing available for the first time, you have to launch it or introduce something new, or starting it for the first time. When you do that for the first time, it means you roll out that product or you roll out that item. So that's how we use this expression. So for example, the train company is currently rolling out a new ticketing system. So roll out. That's all for today. Do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Let's Speak English.